Clinton gets roasted on Twitter as her latest meltdowns become more cringeworthy than ever. In this video, we're going to take a look at the latest Hillary fail, how her attempt to insert herself in the 2020 election is backfiring miserably, and why more and more leftists are admitting that Bill and Hillary are nothing short of a disaster for the Democrats. You are not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Patriots all across the globe. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you as always. If this is your first time with us and you're looking for some daily encouragement and optimism, as well as analysis to help you make sense of these crazy times, you have found your oasis in this channel. We analyze current events, analyze some super awesome conservative trends, so we can all live in the present light of even better things to come. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. It'd be an absolute privilege to have you as a regular part of this channel, where each and every day we together celebrate, yes, the inevitable collapse of left-wing globalism and the unstoppable rise of a new conservative age. Also, I am excited to let you know that we got a big announcement coming this Friday. We've got an awesome new development here at Turley Talks. Ooh, the anticipation, it's going to knock your socks off. Can't wait to share it with you, but you're going to have to wait on that. Wait till Friday. Before we dive into the latest Hillary Clinton fail, let's give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video, and that's the makers of this awesome motion detector ultra bright solar nightlight. You can install it anywhere because it's wireless, and you never need to worry about buying batteries because it's solar powered with a high powered battery storage pack. It's equipped with motion detectors, and it becomes an entertainment light for the patio and the barbecue with just a simple click of a button. And as for those motion detectors, they offer effective deterrence against burglars. And best of all, you don't have to spend a fortune for any of it. If you click on the link below right now, you'll save 52% off as well as free shipping. So what could be better? Do not wait. Click on that link below or visit nightsolarlight.com and bring its light to the dark spaces in your home today. Okay, all right. Oh, man. Let's have some fun, shall we? Let's dive right in here. For some reason, for some ridiculous, horrendous, self-defeating reason, the Democrats thought it would be a good idea to wheel out the vehement vitriol of Hillary Clinton as the election draws near. Now, why they thought this, I literally have no idea. I mean, Bill Maher, who's pretty ultra-liberal, I mean, he said it perfectly. The Clintons just need to go away. They need to just disappear. He didn't want her running for president again. He didn't want her anywhere near the convention. I mean, he just wants the Clintons to go away. Or same thing, Democrat strategist Doug Schoen. Remember when there was all that buzz as to whether Hillary was going to run again? You remember that? It was like a year ago or so. I think she said, I think everyone would like to see a rematch of 2016. She said something like that on the radio show, and the Democrat strategist Doug Schoen responded by telling Hillary to go home and shut your mouth. You see the pattern there? That would have been a good advice for the Democrats to heed as we approach November 3rd. But unfortunately, while Hillary may be quarantined at home, she certainly hasn't, in Schoen's words, shut her mouth. Hillary is back, and she's melting down. She's treating all of us to her characteristic temper tantrums, and they are simply more cringeworthy than ever. The latest example is a tweet that she thought would be a good idea to publish just the other day. Take a look at this one, all right? This is from Hillary Clinton's Twitter feed. We deserve a president who cares whether his fellow Americans live or die. Now, I don't know if Hillary's actually the one who tweeted this stuff out. I'm assuming she is, since this evidence is the kind of carelessness that we've grown accustomed to seeing in her characteristic meltdowns. Remember, Dick Morris, who worked very closely with Hillary in the Bill Clinton administration in the 90s, he says she has a horrific temper. He's seen it firsthand. She simply can't control it. I mean, we've seen it firsthand. We've all seen it. So I'm assuming that, I don't know, Trump said something that triggered her TDS, her Trump derangement syndrome. And so she just fired off this tweet that obviously provoked memories of Hillary's blatant botching of Benghazi, to put it mildly. And there were plenty of responses on Twitter to remind her of it. Dana Loesch responded with her own tweet. Glenn Doherty, Tyrone Woods, Chris Stevens, and Sean Smith were unavailable for comment. These, of course, were the 4 victims of the Benghazi attack that Hillary attempted to cover up and indeed lie about. Dana Lausch was obviously not alone. Hillary's radical abortion record was also brought up. President Trump's senior legal advisor, Jenna Ellis, tweeted out, "Millions of aborted children unavailable for comment." And they just went on and on and on and on. I mean, it was a really dumb tweet, but it's just par for the course of Hillary's fully public meltdowns that are fast becoming unbearable even for leftists, as we've seen. Now, I'm sure you all saw the hilarious Russian rant of late coming from Hillary. It was just priceless because not only do we have Hillary going off in this interview, once again blaming the Russians for her loss in 2016 and how they're going to try to pull it off again in 2020, but then you've got Bill Clinton just sitting there behind her, and his look is absolutely priceless. He just looks so defeated. He's given up all hope. I mean, look at him. Can't you see him thinking to himself, how did it come to this? His best days are way, way behind him. He's been completely Me Too'd. He's more and more implicated in the whole Epstein sordid saga. And he's just consigned to looking like nothing more than an utter shell of himself. I mean, man, it would be sad if it weren't so funny, but I'm going to get through this. So you had this priceless little moment in the midst of Hillary's latest Russia meltdown. And then, of course, you had Hillary come out after the Republican National Convention, and she accused Trump of holding what she called a law-breaking convention. Now, before we get into that nonsense, I want to make sure you know that we have tons of special videos that are available only to members of our Turley Talks Insiders Club, which you can join by clicking on the link below in the pinned comments section. If you want more access to me and a global network of conservatives all over the world, you will definitely want to become a Turley Talks Insiders Club member. You get all kinds of deep dive videos, merch, and benefits, which you're going to absolutely love. So make sure to join our Insiders Club by clicking on that link below today. All right, I'm recovered. So Hillary decided to rain on the parade of the Republicans' amazing convention by accusing them of holding, in her words, a law-breaking convention. Now, she, of course, failed to identify specifically what laws were broken, but again, it was just an effort to remind us all, I think, that she was still alive. I mean, she's become so completely irrelevant. She lost her coronation to be the first woman president, right, to Donald Trump of all people, and she just doesn't really seem to know how to make any sense of it, quite frankly. So she obviously feels the need to remind us all that she still exists. And then prior to that, you had this bizarre rant that Joe Biden should not concede the election under any circumstances. That's exactly what she said, I quote, "Joe Biden should not concede under any circumstances because I think this is going to drag out and eventually I do believe he will win if we don't give an inch." That's my Hillary thing. Again, what's so bizarre about this, and we talked about this in our previous video you want to check out. It's so bizarre because it's precisely the left that's accusing Trump of not accepting the election results. I mean, things are so nuts right now that you have Democrat operatives, all right? They're so unhinged that you have Democrat operatives actually talking about a red mirage on election night, when the electoral map gets covered in red as a result of a massive Trump landslide. But they're saying, don't believe it because it's a mirage, because there's all these mail-in votes, these ballots that have yet to be counted, right? But it's the Democrats led by Hillary Clinton that are openly declaring their refusal to accept the results on November 3rd. Again, it would be sad if it weren't just so funny. And then finally, unfortunately for Bill Maher, who was hoping that the Clintons would stay as far away as possible from the Democratic convention, I'd be remiss to fail to mention Hillary Clinton's cringeworthy speech at the convention, forget Bill's, which of course was most apropos for a convention that even leftists admitted was nothing less than a cringe-vention. Many agree that it was a dark, conspiratorial speech that once again blamed Russia for her loss. Look, when all said and done, Doug Schoen, the Democrat pollster, I think said it best. When all the buzz was going on as to whether Hillary would run again, Schoen came out and said, he was brutally honest here, Hillary can't win, right? She won't win. He has personally seen the polls on her. And after examining the polls extensively, Schoen concluded that Hillary Clinton was totally and completely unelectable and remains so. And here's the key. Because she will not go away, because she keeps casting that totally unelectable shadow over the Democratic Party, she has become, in his words, a political cancer on the Democrats. Every time she opens her mouth, she makes Joe Biden even more unelectable than he already is. Every time she has another one of her characteristic meltdowns, she reminds voters precisely how Democrats, how unhinged they really are. And so to that, we can only say, Hillary, keep doing what you're doing. We look forward to your next tweet. Now, before you go, make sure to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And you will definitely want to check out my latest video I just uploaded on how the whole mail-in ballots fiasco is backfiring big time against the Democrats, as leftists are accusing President Trump of preparing a coup d'etat. You're not going to want to miss this. Make sure to click on the link, and I will see you over there. God bless.